What is the origin of word Dalit? This lecture reveals the most vital historical fact about the origin and original meaning of the word Dalit. Welcome to Dalit Knowledge. Dalit knowledge is the knowledge of the truth. This is Professor Dr. Karunyakara Lella, Dalit historian and an Ambedkarite thinker. The Hebrew term Delayah, Delayahu, Dalia, Dalia is the name root of the term Dalit. In other words, the name Dalit derives from the Hebrew Delayah or Delayahu. Like the script of the Indus Valley civilization, in the beginning, Hebrew was also in pictographic form. Same as the Indus language, reading of the Hebrew language is from right to left. The linguistic structural construction of Hebrew letters in the word Dalit belongs to the Semitic family of languages. When it is pronounced, it sounds like delight or delete. Sometimes it is pronounced as delight. What is Hebrew meaning of word Dalit? So far I told about the origin of the word Dalit. Now what is the meaning of the word Dalit? Hebrew word Dalit has a spiritual as well as secular meanings. What is spiritual meaning of the word Dalit in Hebrew? Dalit is a holy word in the Hebrew language, and it is a sacred word in Jewish society. The name Dalit derives from the Hebrew word Delayah or Delayahu. That means Yahweh has drawn water. Yahweh means God. In Hebrew language, Dalit means God has drawn water, or God is drawing water, or God is to draw water. In brief, Dalit means in Hebrew language, Yahweh has drawn water. That is, God has drawn water. In other words, Dalit means drawing water. Water is a source of life. In Hebrew spirituality, God has drawn water means God has chosen a life, that is God's chosen race or God's chosen community. In other words, Dalit means God's chosen race or God's chosen community. In other words, God's chosen one. Dalit means in Hebrew, spiritually, God's chosen one. In Israeli society, Jew is the chosen one. Since Dalit means chosen race or chosen one, Dalit is a Jew and Jew is a Dalit. Dalit is a Jew or Jew is a Dalit. The Hebrew origin of the word Dalit shows that the ancestors of Dalit Indians might have been Hebrew-speaking Jews of Israel, who seem to have migrated to India from Israel in the early historical times. Hence, we could find the Dalit race in India. Dalits in India are not necessarily Jew by religion, but by blood and common ancestry. There are several characters in the Hebrew sacred texts by the native name roots of Dalit. that is Delaya, Delayahu, Dalia, Dalia, ya Dalia. This is a name root from which the word Dalit has born. So these root names have been given to a priest in the time of David, leader of the 23rd course, and also a son of Shemaiah, a ruler of Judah in the time of Jeremiah in the court of Jehoiakim. And also this root name was given to the head of an exilic family of uncertain pedigree, claiming to be Israelites in the time of Zerubbabel. One more evidence also is that this root name is given to a descendant of Zerubbabel. And also this root name is given to the son of Mehetabel and the father of Shemaiah, contemporary of Nehemiah. These are the characters we find in the Hebrew spiritual text who got the root name of the Dalit, that Yahweh. There is also another spiritual meaning of Dalit in Hebrew, that is vine tree. In other words, Dalit means in Hebrew language vine tree. In old Israeli tradition, the vine tree signified the chosen people. Yahweh has drawn water, that also means chosen people. Vine tree also symbolizes with the chosen people. It symbolizes prosperous Dalit life. So vine tree symbolizes with the prosperous Dalit life. In Hebrew, therefore, the term Dalit also refers to chosen life and chosen one. Chosen life and chosen one. Israelis were referred to as vine tree in Old Testament, in Hebrew spiritual texts. In other words, Israelis are Dalits, that is to say, vine trees. A vine is a climbing plant that produces grapes, also known as the grapevine. It is also commonly used in addressing any climbing stemmed plant related to the grapevine. A vine is a plant whose stems require support, and to get this, it either climbs up a tree or other structure, or it sprawls over the ground. In biblical tradition, it said that God is a true vine tree and his believers are its branches. This signifies the fact that just like how the branches of the vine cannot support themselves or survive alone, but must have special support and careful pruning. The same way, the Dalis, the chosen one, cannot also survive alone, but with the support of the Dalit society and God, who is the vine dresser, to carefully prune and tend them in order to be fruitful branches that bear the best fruit. This is because an unfruitful branch can only be used as fuel, but as fruitful branches, they can live useful and joyful lives by faith in God, continuing in God's love and keeping His commandments. Dalit is the fruit of the vine. As the branches in the vine, Dalits can realize their destiny and fulfill the purpose of life only with the help of God. The vine tree is the symbol of Dalit spiritual wisdom and enlightenment. The vine tree also symbolizes temporal blessing to strength, determination, endurance, survival, and progress among others over time. which are Dalit's natural characteristics. For example, the ability of the vines to move into and grow in the most unlikely places signifies the determination, will and drive of the plant to survive against all odds. Same as the case with the Dalit's survival in socially excluded places and socially highly hostile conditions. What is secular meaning of Dalit? So far we have discussed the spiritual meaning of Dalit in Hebrew language. Now let me explain what is secular meaning of Dalit in Hebrew language. In the Hebrew language, the word Dalit has not only spiritual meaning and also secular meaning. The secular meaning of the Hebrew word Dalit is gentle. Dalit means gentle in Hebrew language. This is the secular meaning. Dalit is a beautiful Hebrew name that is given to both boys and girls, even today in Israeli society. It is a popular Hebrew name of Jews. The name Dalit has popularly used in Hebrew-speaking countries. Since Dalit means gentle, the nature of Dalit is expected to be a kind, loving and caring person. According to Jewish tradition, the nature of Dalit is very soft like grape plant and very pure like grape wine. Therefore, in Israeli society, if a person name is Dalit, who is expected to be gentle, kind, caring and loving towards others. Hence, Dalit boy means gentle boy. Dalit girl means gentle girl. Dalit man means gentle man. Dalit woman means gentle woman. Dalit leader means gentle leader. Dalit president means gentle president. This is the origin and meaning of the word Dalit. For more information, you may read and refer my book, History of Dalit Identity. Thank you very much. Jai Bhim, Jai Bharat.